Hi everyone. Good morning, guys. I'm audible. Okay, right. So yesterday, multiple rows, of course, we discussed, and then there's in operator. So already we know how it was working. The comparison of more than one value or its group of values. So wherever, whatever it is, in operator we are using. Okay. The next operators are some special operators are there, any and all. Okay, let me come back. So what is any? Let me see now first of all. Any operator is nothing but, okay, what is the definition of any operator? So any operator means this operator, how it was comparing your values means. It returns true if any one value, at least one value, okay, it returns true if any one value is satisfied with the given condition, okay, out of so many values, so then it returns true. Then it returns true. Okay, now? So what we said guys here, it returns true if any one value is satisfied with given conditional value. Okay, then only it returns true. Okay, now, so now we can see how this any operator will be working here. Observe. For example, your definition of comparing all values. Comparing, okay. We can evaluate if any one condition is true from given group of values. If any one value condition is true from the given group of values. So there we can go to use what now guys here, any operator. So that means anyone should be true. So are you giving any number of or any group of whatever it is? But anyone should be true. If anyone is true, then okay, it returns your okay, true. Okay. Now, for example, let me see. I will give some example here. What is the example? For example, x is equals to x. Okay, suppose greater than. I'm using here any of okay, some values I'm passing 10, 20, 30. So here 10, 20, 30, these are the group of values. Okay. Now, so x is greater than any of the group of values. Any of the group of values. Okay, right. Now here, whatever the x value I'm passing next here, so this x value is comparing okay the group of values, whatever it is there. But in this group of values, if any value condition is true, if any value, okay, any means either 10 or 20 or 30. So if any one value is satisfied our condition, then it returns true. Okay, it returns true means it returns some value. Okay. For example, let me see. I will show you the comparisons. Suppose x is equals to, I will send here 40. I'm sending now. So x is equals to 40. So this x is equals to 40. I'm going to substitute in my x place. So now I'm substituting 40. Suppose in your x place we are substituting 40. So this 40, what it was happened, comparing with each and every value in the list. whatever the list, how many values are there, each and every. Now compare guys here, all of you carefully observe. 40 is greater than 40 is greater than 10. 40 is greater than 10. Condition true or false? Come on, guys. Condition true or false? 40 is greater than 10. Okay. Condition true. Same as, I can compare 40. 40 is greater than, okay, 20. So 40 is greater than 10. Condition true. 40 is greater than 20. Condition true. And 40 is greater than 30. So each and every value comparing, guys. So again, this is also true. So that means the list, how many values are there? Every value is satisfied our given conditional value x is equal to 40. But we are expecting any one value, if it is satisfied, it returns true. Okay, if any one value is satisfied, it returns true. But unfortunately, it returns what now? All values are satisfied. Any operator means any one value is satisfied, then it returns true. But here all values are satisfied. So happily we can say x is equals to 40. What it was returning? Understand now? Now, the same to same, x is equals to, suppose I'm passing here 0, 9. So when I'm passing x is equals to 9, can you substitute here 0, 9? And now you just compare the 0, 9. You just compare 0, 9. 0, 9 is greater than 10. Compulsory. Come on, guys. 0, 9 is greater than 10. Condition is false. Next, 0, 9 is greater than 20. Condition is false. Next, 0, 9 greater than 30. False. So all are false. False, false, false. There is no value which was satisfied our given conditional value. So that means it returns what now, guys, here? What it returns, guys, here? False. Okay, next. Suppose x is equals to 25, I was given. Now when I'm giving 25, now here x value 25, we'll take it, substitute, and compare now. 25 is greater than 10. 25 is greater than 10. Condition is true. 25 is greater than 20. Condition is true. 25 is greater than 30. Condition is false. So that means first value satisfied, second value satisfied, but third value is not satisfied. So your two values are true, one value is a false. Okay, but our any operator, what it was telling, if any one value condition is true, then it returns value. Okay, and now tell me, guys, here x is equals to 25, returns what now? 1. X is equals to 25 returns what? Yes, very good. Okay, so this is any operator. So any means any one of the value is true in the given list, then it returns true only. Okay, na? Right. Next one is what now? All. All means what now here, guys? Okay, it return, okay, a value. Return a value. Okay, when it was written a value, all values, okay, all values, okay, all values are true, all values are true, it return a value. If all values are true in the list, in the list. So now here, in the name only there, all. All means what now? How many values we have in the list? Each and every value should be true for our condition. For our condition. Then only true. For example, same example. Let me come back and see, guys. Now, so again, same as states, but the operator is all. Let's compare now. 40, if I'm giving now. 40. Now compare, guys, here. 40 is greater than 10. So first condition true now. Yes or no? 40 is greater than 10. First condition true. 40 is greater than 20. Second value is also true. 40 is greater than 30. Third value is also true. That means every value is satisfied. So all values in the list is true. Yes or no, guys? All values in the list is yes or no? Yes. So that means, of course, here all operator also saying that if all values are true in the list, then only returning a value. Okay, fine. So this is returning. Now next one, 0, 9. 0, 9. So 0, 9 is greater than 10. False. 0, 9 is greater than 20. False. 9 is greater than 30. So all are false. Then it is false. All are false. Then it is false. Okay. Now, next one is what now? Substitute your 25. 25 is greater than 10. True. 25 is greater than 20. True. 25 is greater than 30. False. What it was happen now? Two values are true. One value is false. Then totally what it was happen? Yes. Totally it is a false. Okay. Understanding now? So this is the any operator and all operator, how it was comparing it. So whatever the group of values are there in the list, if each and every value will be satisfied or each and every value will be true, then all operator return a value. If any one value is true in the list, then any operator return a value. Okay, now? So these are any and all operator working nature. Let us see on this example. So write a query to display employee, okay, whose salary is more than any salesman salary. Okay, any salesman salary. So the question is, understand now. So what is I'm asking here? I want to display employee whose salary is more than any salesman salary. So any one salesman salary, I need to satisfy. Okay, right. Let me come back here. Now, this is our working table employee. So in this employee, when you go check out here, salesmen are there. So first of all, I want to check my salesman. So we are just calling the job is equals to salesman. Okay, fine. So total 4 people are there who are working as a salesman, and their salaries are carefully uploaded. 1600, 1250, 1250, and 1500. Okay. Now my outer query I'm writing. Select the star from EM. Where? So here my condition is what now? Where salary which is more than means greater than any I said. So any operator I'm using, any of your salaries of salesman. Okay, salaries of salesman. So select salary from EMP where job is equals to salesman. Okay, now inner query. So now you can see I'm going to executing this one. Let me see what it was happening. So these are the people. Their salaries are more than any one salesman. Any one salesman. Okay, na? Now, but how it was working, sir? Means here also. These are internal inner query result. Yes or no, guys? Okay, these are inner query result. Now, above, this is our table, entire table. So entire table, total 14 employees are there, and the 14 employee salaries are there. So now each and every employee salary is comparing with the salaries of a salesman. Okay, now? Right. So now let me compare here and see what it was happening. First salesman salary was 800 rupees. Now this 800 rupees compare with your salesman salaries. This is salesman salary. Now here which condition? Where salary is greater than any. This is our condition we are going to be checking. Okay, now? Check it here, guys. 800 is greater than 1600. Condition 800 is greater than. Otherwise, if you have a confusion, okay, here I will take 800, guys. Okay, now this is 800. Is greater than any of your values. What is values? 1600, 1250, 1250, and 1500, right? So now this is what my information. Now check it here. Wait 1 second. Here I will take it now. Salary condition greater than any of salesman salaries. What is the salesman salary? 1600, 1250, 1250. It's a 1500. Okay, na? Right. Now, first value. Compare now first value 800. Now 800 compare with in place of salary, take 800. Now tell me 800 okay is greater than 1600. Condition false. 800 is greater than 1250. False. False. And false. So all are false now? Yes or no, guys? All are false? Yes, definitely. So next one. Next one is 1600 comparing now. 1600 will take here. Let's compare 1600 greater than 1600. False. 1600 greater than 1250. Condition true. Condition true. Condition true. So 1600 it is correct answer. It's satisfied. So 1600 will be written because So any one here operator is what? Any. That means any one value should be satisfied. So your three values are satisfied: 1250, 1250, 1500. So always it was written. Okay, understanding now. Now next one is 1250 employee. 1250 employee. Compare now. Now 1250 greater than 1600 false. 1250 greater than 1250 false. 1250 greater than 1250 false. 1250 greater than 1500 false. So no value. Next one is 2975. Now 2975 compare now. 2975 is greater than 1600 condition true. 1250 condition true. 1250 condition true. And 1500 condition true. All are true. But I'm asking anyone. But all are true. This is also comes here. So like this, each and every value, guys, here, like this, each and every value is comparing with your list of values of salesman salaries. Okay, na? So now understanding now, few I was explained here. So like it will be compared. So in this comparison, okay. So how many employees are satisfied here? Let you see. How many employees satisfied? Okay, 5,000 satisfied, 3,000 satisfied, 3,000, 29, 28, 4, 1,600, 1,500, and 1,300. So these are all are satisfied with any one salary of a salesman. Understanding that? This is the internal comparison, guys. So now I just come out here. Now, the same to same, the next question I'm asking. So once technique, if you understand, based on the technique, reminding you all, you can go to easily understand here. Okay, just working technique. If you know, it's very simple. Here I'm using all. So write a query to display employee whose salary is more than all salesman salaries. All salesman salaries. Okay, now. So here, what is the difference, sir? Means the difference is nothing. So you can go to take here. Okay. So in place of any, what I want to use all. In place of any, what I want to use all. Okay, now. Let me come out and see, guys, here. So now same thing I'm writing. Select star from EMP where sal is greater than all of the inner query sal from EMP where job is equals to salesman. Now we can see now. This time only 6 employees are there. So their salary is more than all salesmen. Let you see. Now these are the salesman salaries now 1,600, 1,250, 1,250, 1,500. Compared 2,975 satisfied for all. Yes or no, guys? 2,975 is a bigger value for all. Yes or no? So all are satisfied. 2,850 is a more than all salesmen, right? Like a 2,450, like a 3,000, like a 5,000, like a 3,000. So these all salaries are satisfied with more than all salesmen. Okay, now. So this is what we called as, guys, here all and any operators are working. Okay, right. So these are okay. So multiple row subqueries comparing more than one values in our subquery. Okay. The next one is called as what now? Multiple column subquery. Multiple column subquery. So as of now, in a single row and a multiple row subqueries, carefully if you want to identify. Just I was going to be using in my where class condition, I'm using single column and single column values of outer query and the single column values of inner query is compared. We carefully identify either single row subquery or multiple row subquery. If all examples, once you identify these all examples, only one column data comparison is done. Understand my point now? Only one column comparison was done. Only single column. See carefully. Single column. Where class? Single column. Inner query also single column values only compared. But what about the multiple columns, sir? Means the name only there. Multiple column. That means now we are comparing not a single column values. Now we are comparing not a single column values. Now we are comparing multiple columns values. Okay, how it is? What's up there? So very simple. Nothing was there. Same as single row and multiple row. But instead of one column, we are taking two columns. That's it. Okay, now. So multiple column values. Okay, now we can see. Multiple columns values of inner query. Okay, inner query. Comparing with the definition I'm writing now. Comparing with multiple columns values of outer query is called as multiple column subquery. Okay, now this is definition. So what is the definition here? Multiple columns values of inner query comparing with the multiple columns values of outer query is called as a multiple column subquery. Okay, now right. Now how it will be, sir? The syntax is what? Syntax, careful observe. There is nothing different. So table name here where class of now we are passing column name 1 comma column name 2 comma and so on. Yes. So now tell me guys here in my where clause condition, in my where clause, okay, how many columns I'm passing in my where clause? Single column or more than one column? Come on guys, are you passing one column or more than one column? Yes. So it was going to be, okay, it was going to be reckoning here more than one column we used here in my where class. Okay, not single column. If you use single column, then that may be single row or multiple row. When I'm using multiple columns, it is called as what now? Multiple column. Okay. So where this column, okay. Now see, where this column, and now I'm using here in of inner query. Inner query is also how many number of columns are you passing in your where clause statement? How many number of columns are you using here? Same columns, same number of columns should be used in your inner query also. Okay, now so that's what I'm writing now. Select column name 1, comma, column name 2, comma, and so on. Understanding now? So how many columns are you passing in the outer? Same to same inner also. From table name. From table name. And finally close this. Okay, so this is multiple column subquery we called as this. This is multiple column subquery we called as. Okay, now right. One example you can see. So instead of one column, I'm taking two columns. That's it. Remaining execution, everything will be same. Previously, one column value comparing, the two columns values are comparing. That's the difference. Remaining all are same. Now let me see one example. Let me see the one example. Right-click query to display employee. Display employee whose job, comma MGR, whose job, comma MGR are same as the job MGR of the job, comma MGR, okay, of the employee of the employee is Scott. Okay, now just understand carefully. Right-click query to display employee whose job, comma MGR. Here two columns are there, job and MGR. So whose job, comma MGR are same as job MGR of employee is Scott. Okay, na? So like this, if any employee was there like this, so those people information I have to display. Now let me come, guys, here. Let me come out. So now I just go to checkout. Select the star from EMP is our table. Select the star from EMP is our table. Now what I want to do here, select job, comma MGR. First inner query I'm writing. Okay, first I'm writing inner query EMP, where E name is equals to, who is this? I said Scott or Smith? Scott. So I'm passing Scott. So this is inner query. Now inner query, can you see? Inner query is returning multiple column values. Okay, inner query. This is my inner query. So employee Scott, job is analyst, and he is MGR number 7566. MGR means manager number 7566. Okay. So now your inner query return, how many columns values returns, guys? Come on. How many columns values returns? How many columns values returns? One. Rakesh, one. Check out carefully. How many columns values written by inner query? Yes. How many columns? Two columns here. Two columns written. So multiple columns are written, right? Now in the output only can easily understand. Okay. How many columns here? Job column is a one column. Analyst and MGR is a another column. Okay, now? So multiple columns values written by inner query. So these are multiple columns values of inner query comparing with multiple columns values of outer query. That is our definition, right? Now outer query you can write. How to write outer query? Select the star from EMP. So where of which columns are you comparing? Job, comma MGR. Okay, inner query. Inner query already written now. What is inner query? Job, comma MGR from EMP, where E name is equals to Scott. Yes. Okay, now so already inner query result is this one. Then outer query, where condition, same column, job and MGR. Now compare here. One by one compare how it was comparing now. So your job and MGR. First employee job clerk and MGR 7902. Now tell me, this is satisfied your inner query result? Come on. Satisfied your inner query result? Job and MGR same as? No. Job and MGR not a same. Not a same. Understanding now? So this is not a condition true. This is false. Next row check out. Salesman and 7698. Satisfied? No, this is false. Next, salesman. This is false. Manager false. Salesman false. Manager false. Salesman false. Analyst 7566. Analyst 7566. Satisfied? Come on, guys. Satisfied? Analyst 7566. So this employee satisfied now? Yes, definitely. So this one employee will be condition true. Next, president false, salesman false, clerk false, next one is there. Analyst 7566 is also satisfied. Analyst 7566 is also satisfied. Yes, he is also satisfied. His name is fraud. And next clerk is false. Okay. So here single value not. Here multiple column values are comparing. All of you understanding now? Multiple columns you just check out, not one column. Two columns values check, and the two columns values are satisfied by user, and that user details are displayed. The user details are displayed. Okay. Now let me see. We got it or not? I'm executing this one. Yes. Okay. Right. So this is what we called as a multiple columns wise we comparing here. Multiple columns wise we comparing. Okay, na? So like this. So instead of one column, you have to take two columns and compare. This is multiple columns of query technique and mechanism. Okay. Now next one is some special columns we are going to be discussing, right? Okay, what does that means? Pseudo columns. Pseudo columns. So what are pseudo columns here? Observe. Pseudo columns. Okay, here where in subqueries, especially in subqueries, there are two pseudo columns up there. One is row ID, and second one is called as a row num. These are the two pseudo columns we're going to be using in our subqueries to do some kind of operations. So what kind of operations you will be see by seeing of example you can understand. So pseudo columns are there are one point observe. Pseudo columns are same as or else are just like table columns. So how our table columns we are using in our queries, in our where condition, how we are using same as pseudo columns also we can use. So that's why the people saying that pseudo columns can use just like table columns. Okay, just like the table columns. But what purpose we need, sir? Suppose row ID is the first one. Let us see. What is the purpose of row ID? What is the purpose of row ID? Okay, na? What is the purpose of row ID? And where this row ID will be used by the people in your subquery, okay, in our subqueries, and what kind of situation I require this row ID. Okay, right. Before that, let you see, we will see some information about row ID. Row ID, what it was happen, guys, here. So we know that once we creating a new table, when we insert, when we insert a new row into a table, internally internally system is generated. Internally system is generated a unique identification generated a unique identification okay address for each row wise automatically. So definition C. So what are the statements I'm writing? If you understand the statement, then half of the meaning you can understand. Okay, na? Right. So what is the statement I'm sending? When we insert a new row into a table, internally system is generated a unique identification address for each row wise automatically. So that means here, I don't want to do anything. So automatically your system will go and generating your unique identification address for each and every row wise. Okay, so that is what it was happening once you want to insert a new row into table. Okay, now, right. But these are whatever the unique identification addresses, whatever it was generated. These are what now? These are, or else these IDs are saved in database automatically. Okay, na? So this is also important point, remember. So once whatever the system is generating your unique identification address for each row wise, so that unique identification address is saved into database memory automatically. So that what you want to say, guys, here, whenever that ID number is saved into database memory, so that what I can say, these are, so that row IDs are or what now? What I can say, these are permanent IDs. Row IDs are permanent. So because of reason why we call sir is a permanent means, so these are saved under database memory. Okay, that's point is remember. Okay, fine. So this is row ID. Let me see some examples. I will show you whether it is permanent ID or temporary ID. So what is your unique identification address? Let me see here. Okay, right. This is our working table. Okay, this is our working table. So already 14 rows are there. So that means what you understand. Whenever we are inserting these rows or rows data, okay, at the time of inserting a new, that means at the time of inserting a row into table, for every row wise, already your unique identification address is generated by system. So your 14 rows are there. So that means 14 unique IDs, that is called a row IDs, are already generated by system. Understanding my point now? Okay, right. Now I want to see that. I want to see those row IDs now. I want to see the row IDs. How I can see it? By using of, let you see, row ID pseudo call. So select the row ID and ename, for example, ename from EMP table. Now you can see whatever the row ID is there, the row ID, that means unique identification address for each and every row wise generated. And can you see the last one? Can you see here? AA, AB, C, D, E, F, D, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay, now? So that identification, understand all of you? Come on, guys. All of you identified here? Now IDs are clear now. Address is different now. Okay, right. So now these are IDs. But these IDs are permanent or temporary. Suppose you have any doubt is there. Let me see. I'm writing one more query. Select a row ID, ename, comma department number 10 from EMP, where department number is equals to 10. Now let me see the 10th department people. We have it here. 3 employees are there who are working in 10th department. Carefully observe guys here. Here Miller row ID observed AN. And here also Miller row ID is AN. AN. Clerk AG. Then also clerk AG. King AI. King AI. So now here and here, employee, okay, employee ID numbers you can go to check. Employee ID you can go to check it. Okay, now? So here, okay, here, okay, here, what it was happened. So who are working the Miller, clerk, and King who are working in the department number 10? Okay, now. So here also same row IDs are defining here, okay, showing here, and here also same IDs are showing here. So by seeing of this, what you understand here, this row IDs are permanent or not? Okay, this row IDs are permanent or not? Come on, guys. Permanent, na? Yes, definitely. This is permanent. So that's why we called as here the row IDs we called a permanent IDs we called. The row ID is called as a permanent IDs we called. Okay. So by seeing of this example, you can understand. And later you can see, for example, out of these row IDs are there, right? Okay. Suppose even though on this row ID column data, on this row ID column data, even though we can apply like select, okay, min of row ID, I'm applying from EMP. So that means I want it minimum row ID I want. So what is minimum row ID? A. So that means min function also I can apply on my row ID pseudo column data, and it was working. It was working. And minimum row ID in the same to same whenever you want to use max function, even though max function is also working. Okay, so max function, maximum row ID is written. What is our maximum row ID? AN. Okay, so like the min and max function, we can use it. Okay, now right. So now these are what now the row ID, how we can see it and how to call your row IDs. Okay. Now the question is, sir, okay, we understand. But where these are using, sir? Okay. But where this row ID pseudo column is useful for us, and in which situation we want it, sir? In which situation we want to use, sir? So this kind of doubts are coming out. Okay, na? So the situation I will tell you guys here. Situation I will tell you where you can use. So carefully observe. Especially this row ID we're using, okay, in particular one situation in real-time or real-time companies or in real-time applications. That is what it is. Let me come back and see. Let me come back and see. So first of all, I just call my tab list. Okay, some tables are we have it here. Okay, fine. Now, so one of my table, I'm creating one sample table. I'm creating test number, suppose 99. In this, assume serial number and some name. Okay, one sample table I'm creating with some columns. Later, I'm inserting some data into these columns, test number 99, and sending values of single amp percentage of serial number, single amp percentage of name. And now let me see. So now I'm inserting some names: 10 A, 10 A, 10 A, 20 B, 30 C, 30 C, 40 B, 40 B, 40 B, 50 B, 50 B. Okay. So I just made it commit. And now just come back here. Select the star from test number 99. So this is one sample table. Suppose you have it like this in your table, your data will be like this. So can you tell me guys here in this table, you have a duplicate data? You have a duplicate data? Come on guys, tell me, do you have a duplicate data? Yes or no guys? Yeah, duplicate data. So my requirement is what now? In this table, whatever the duplicate data or duplicate rows are there, all duplicate rows data have to delete. So that means my requirement is how to delete multiple duplicate rows except one duplicate row from a table. This is the question for you. Okay, now how to delete multiple duplicate rows except one duplicate row from a table. Okay, now? So that is what our requirement is. That is what our requirement. And let you come out and see. So that is our requirement. If I want to go and write like this, for example, I'm using delete command. So deleting now. So I'm using delete. Delete from test number 99, where serial number, if I'm using 10. What happened, guys, here? So when I execute this query, what it will happen? What it was happen? All tens are deleted. All tens are deleted. But tell me, guys, here, we need to delete all tens or only duplicates? Which we want to delete? All tens or only duplicates? Only duplicate. So that was not possible when you want to write this query. That was not possible when you want to write this query. Okay. Now let me see, this condition will be changing now. For example, name condition I was given. In this case, what happened again? this case, what happened again? Again, all are deleted, no use. Okay, again, all are deleted, no use. That's or no? So we can't go for this. We can't go directly like this. Then how we can delete it, sir? Then how we can delete it, sir? Means, carefully observe. First, I will show you, okay, row IDs of this table I'm showing now. First of all, carefully observe. So from test number 99 here. See, again here also, for whenever you inserting a new record into table, every new record purpose internally row ID is generated. Okay, now this is also having clear. Now what I want to do, with the help of row ID pseudo column, the compulsory we should use a row ID. A compulsory we should use a row ID. Okay. So now what I want to do, with the help of row ID, from each group of data, that means each group of means, suppose 10A, 10A, 10A. This is one group. 20B is a one group. 30C, 30C is one group. 40D, 40D, 40D is one group. And 50E, 50 is a one group. So from each group of data, whatever the maximum row IDs are there, the maximum row ID I want to get. First, I want to identify. Now tell me, in 10A, 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 what is the maximum row ID? What is the maximum row ID in 10th departments of 10th serial number? AC. So AC is a maximum row ID in 10th. In 20, they have only one. So this is only maximum and this is only minimum. Okay, so AD. In 30, maximum AF. In 40, maximum AH. Sorry, AI. In 40, maximum AI. And 50, maximum AK. Okay, let I'm calling now. Select. Okay, suppose serial number. What I need, match of row ID from table name is what now, guys? Here, S number 99. Which I want to use group by on serial number. So now 10th department, sorry, 10th serial number AC, 50 AK, 40 AI, 20 AD, and 30 AF. So these are maximum row ID from each serial number wise. Using group by, already group by, you know. Okay, right. This is our inner query, guys. What I want to do on this inner query, now I want to apply delete command. Delete from test number 99. Okay, where what I want to say, row ID, where row ID, here what I'm going to apply here, row ID, not in operator. So not in operator also we discussed, not in of. What is your inner query? This is your inner query, right? This is your inner query. So now I'm using inner query. What is inner query? Select match of row ID from test number 99. Okay, what I am using? Group by serial number. Okay. So that means what I'm doing here, not in. Not in means except maximum row ID which is selected from each and every serial number, except these maximum row IDs, remaining maximum, except these maximum row IDs, remaining IDs are deleted. Yes or no? Not in operator means that is not. Not in means what now? Except. Not in the list. So which are there in the list. So except not in the list, whatever it was there, all I want to delete. So let you see what it was happening. 6 rows are deleted. So 6 rows are deleted except these maximum row ID values. except these maximum row ID values are remaining are deleted. After deleted, let me come back and see your test number 99. Now see, you have it now. Come on, guys. Your duplicate rows are or duplicate row data was deleted. Yes. And now after deleting all duplicates, whatever the left here, these row IDs you can see. These row IDs you can see if you have any doubt. Then see these row IDs now. So first row ID is what now? 10 AC. 10 AC is there now? 10 AC. Okay. Next 20 AD. 20 AD. This one 20 AD. So this is also left. AF 30. 30 AF. 30 AF. There na? Yes. Next 40 AI. 40 AI. Yes, it is also there. Next 50 AK and 50 AK. Next is there? Yes. So that means whatever the maximum row ID except these row IDs, remaining row IDs are deleted. That is called a not in operator. Not in the list. Which row ID is not in the list, those are deleted. Okay. And finally, you got it, your data. And if you want to check those row IDs, so whatever we are expecting here, so except these row IDs, remaining all are deleted. Okay. So this is the use of row ID pseudo column where we want to use in our applications. Any table, your table is having 1 lakh rows or 2 lakhs rows or 5 lakhs rows are there. Same syntax, same logic. There is no changes. So logic is same here. Okay, na? Logic is same. Maybe your table is having a 10 lakh rows or 1 crore rows. That's none of the matter. The concept is concept. A plus B whole square. You can use any big program, any big mathematics program. Your A plus B whole square formula cannot change. Na? Either A plus B whole square are using in a small programmer, big programmer, none of the matter. Logic is logic, formula is formula. Okay, right. So this is, what is the row ID? Yes, this is, what is the row ID? Okay, row ID pseudo column advantage to avoiding duplicate rows from any big table, whatever it was there, that you can go to avoid it. Okay, now? Right. So these are what we called as, guys. My point understand now? Right. This is the use of row ID. This is the use of row ID. Okay, now? Row ID, what it was happened. Okay, right. The next one is what now? Row num. So row num pseudo column, again row num what it is, and row num how we are using in our queries, and what is the purpose of row num. We will see in tomorrow class. So tomorrow class we can go for row num operations. Okay, na? Right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will meet in tomorrow session.